So the first method is you go into OBS website and you click download. If you're not already using OBS, you can use the installer. If you are already using OBS for recording or streaming, get the zip, wait for that to download and extract it. Now I will assume that you know how to go through an exe and also unzip files. Once you've done that, you can name it something if you want, and you can put it wherever you want if it's portable mode. But to make it portable mode, you have to make a notepad document and name it portable mode, just like that. Once you do that, you open up the OBS. Once you open up OBS, what you do first of all is you gotta figure out how you wanna capture your clips. Two ways of doing it. First one is game capture, and then you select the mode to be capture window with hotkey. There is another way, of course, which I do not recommend, but if you don't want to use hotkeys for whatever reason, you can do display capture, but this will literally show everything on your screen. So I would not recommend doing that, because I think you can see where that can go wrong. You could show something that you're not supposed to. Anyway, once you selected which way you want to capture your game, you go into settings, you go into output, you go into here, and now you have to go into replay buffer, which under advanced, it's found here. And this is where if you go into simple, you can find it over here. For this, I'm gonna just go back to advanced, but this works pretty much the same way, just the menus might be a little bit different. You enable that and you select how long you want your clips to be. So this is how long, after you click the clip button, how long do you want stats to be saved? Like last 60 seconds, last 30 seconds, last 2 minutes, however much you want, as long as you have enough space, okay? Good. So what you need to do next is go into recording, and you pick your path where you want your clips to be saved. You select the format, which I'm using fragmented MP4. The rest of the settings are really up to you. Do keep in mind that every system is different and everyone has a different amount of space. These settings, specifically encoder settings, they work for me. They might not work for you, so you kind of have to mess around. Usually, for most things, your bitrate can be 6000. It'll be fine. I just like to have stuff in higher quality, so this is way overkill, but I use it because I need it, but you might not. Keep that in mind. Anyway, next we have audio, where you have to select your desktop audio and your microphone. Pretty self-explanatory, I think. Then we have video. Click on that. For this, you select the resolution and your FPS. Pretty self-explanatory. Then you have hotkeys, which hotkeys is the fun part. So what you do is you set a hotkey for replay buffer. So this will start the recording in the background. Next up, what you do is you scroll down and you find the save replay. You set the shortcut for that. This is the thing that actually saves your clip. So this is pretty important. Then you scroll even more down. If you decided to use the safer way of using game capture with a hotkey, this is where you would set the hotkey which you need to press when you get into the game, so OBS knows what you're doing. Once you've done that, now all you need to do is click Start Replay Buffer or click your shortcut for that. And whenever you want to save a clip, either click this or your shortcut for saving clips. Now you might say that, oh, I have to start this app every time. I have to remember to click this and that. True. But I do have something that will make this better. What you do is you close out of OBS, you make a shortcut, you rename that shortcut to whatever you want, you go into properties, and you paste in the code left in the description, you click apply, click OK. Now you can take this, you can put it somewhere where you will remember it, maybe on your desktop. And now whenever you start up your OBS from here, from this shortcut that we just made, you'll see that you automatically started replay buffer. There you go. You might say, oh, I still have to remember to start OBS, in which case I have something for you. Now I do not recommend doing this, but I will show you how. Click Windows R, type in this, which I left in the description, and now this window should open up, which contains the apps which are on your startup. And now what you can do is you can just take the shortcut we just made and drop it in here. And now every time your system starts, OBS will start as well with the replay buffer. Personally, I do not recommend doing this, but at least now you know how to do it. Best way of doing it, just having it somewhere where you won't forget to open it. The second method is a little bit simpler. It's currently in beta and it's not as reliable, but there's the Steam game recording beta thing going on. This will come out soon to public versions, I'm pretty sure, if it hasn't already by the time that I release this. But essentially what you want is you want to record in the background, and then you have all these options, which is your recordings folder, and then you can select the seconds of how much it saves. You can mess around with these. I will not go through the whole guide of doing this, because it's subject to change, because while I'm recording it, it can still change, but it's pretty cool. You can add your games and settings for specific games. It's cool, but it'll most likely be not reliable the same way that NVIDIA's overlay isn't. This is an option, but I would recommend just using OBS. And yeah, if you're curious, no, I do not use my screenshots as my wallpaper. Just whatever wallpaper I had is most likely copyrighted, so I do not want someone coming after me at some point. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or anything like that, let me know, and I'll see you next time.